Well, it's raining and the bike rack is down, so that means that somebody got a new bike. Hey guys, back again with another video. It is Sunday. Yesterday I went out to one of our local bike shops here in Austin because I saw a Facebook post that they had received a couple of Giant bikes in size medium, and this is the 2021 Giant Stance 229 in a medium, full suspension. I've spent the last, I don't know, overnight yesterday, a little bit of time this morning, getting it all tuned up for myself the way that I want it. And by the time I was done, it started raining, and it's been raining for hours now, and there's a good chance that the trails are going to be unusable for a few days. So we're just going to go through first impressions, specs, all that stuff. So we'll just start. This is the Blue Ashes color. Really nice. It's kind of a matte blue finish. The frame is Alu XX grade aluminum. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right. Alu XX, Alux aluminum technology. You can see there at the bottom. It comes with 120 millimeters of rear suspension, and they call this the Flex Point suspension. It's a Suntour Radon R, and it's custom tuned for Giant, so whatever that means. It's got 120 millimeters of travel. The guy at the bike shop was super cool. He spent a little while with me getting everything all set up as far as all the sag and suspension adjustments that needed. We adjusted the cockpit a little bit. We didn't spend too much time on that because I was gonna fiddle with that myself anyway. Giant Connect Trail 31.8. I believe these are 780 millimeters wide, very wide, wider than what I'm used to, but I'm sure that they'll work out fine. And then there's this little sticker here that says, "This bicycle is specifically designed for off-road use and competition." So usually, you know, what I'm used to seeing is with the big box bikes, a bunch of warnings that this bike isn't meant for anything too extreme other than the sidewalk in your neighborhood, blah, blah, blah. So that was a little nice to see something like that on a better name brand bike. The seat post is a 30.9 diameter, and that is not the seat post that came with it. The seat post that came with it was just a regular solid seat post. I don't know what you call it, non-dropper, right? And it was super tall, and it was perfectly fine for my riding. It was just a little bit too tall. I was probably going to cut that down, but since it's a 30.9 millimeter, the seat post from the Axum fits here. So I spent a long time last night getting this Axum dropper, so the Exaform dropper post, off the Axum and installed on this bike. I tried doing it with without, you know, just any special tools and just kind of guiding the cable through the frame, and I got it one time, and somehow it ended up slipping through and it came all the way out. I had to do it again, kept trying. I saw a video that was somewhat helpful as far as like a trick to get internal routing on stuff like this. and I still couldn't get it. I ended up finally giving up, removing the cranks and just feeding it through, and that worked, you know, basically first time. So I should have started there. I spent literally hours trying to feed the cable through the frame with no success. So late last night I was able to finally just break down, remove the cranks, feed it through the bottom, and then pull it out through the top. And luckily I got it to the right length of cable, so that way it actually worked the first time, instead of having to, you know, take that stupid little thing off, do it again, adjust it, see if it works. So now, you know, we're in business. That's about how high the stock seat came, and it wouldn't go any farther. So that's obviously not good for me, being, you know, 5'6", 5'7"-ish. I needed the dropper to give me some adjustability. It's got a giant contact stem. I don't know if that'll focus there. Pretty short. I can't remember if the doesn't say on there. I'll have all the specs up on the screen, either during or at the end. The saddle, we don't need to talk about that because I took it off, but it was a Giant Romero. That doesn't come with pedals. Mine actually did come with pedals, but they were very basic, you know, kiddie pedals or something that they just had laying around that they threw on there. Not a big deal. I went ahead and put my Rock Brothers pedals on there. The shifter drivetrain is all Shimano Deore. This is a 12-speed. I believe it's a 10 to 51. Let's see, yeah. I don't know if I can find the numbers on here. 45. Well, of course the largest cog doesn't say. Either way, I believe it's 51. Yeah, 10 to 51. And this is the Deore derailleur. It's got the clutch. Actually, I need to put that back on because I was messing with the wheels. So that's all I know is the wheels spin very nicely compared to what I'm used to. It comes with Maxxis Forecasters, and they're 29 by 2.35, and they are tubeless ready. And this comes from the shop, tubeless. I got these guys laying over here. It's the Forecasters Exo Protection tubeless ready, and the shop throws the sealant in there when you're ready to take the bike. I took these off because, as you've already seen, I really like my tan sidewalls. So these also came off the Axum. Set them up, tubeless. They're ready to go. Let's see. And the bike, when I weighed it when I got home yesterday, was right around 30 pounds. I think it was like 29.9, and then it jumped up to like 30.1. So I'm thinking somewhere around 30 pounds stock. I think that I may have added a little bit of weight to it by adding my dropper post. These tires are probably just a little bit heavier than the stocks. But, you know, I'm probably still around 31 pounds or so. It's really hard for me to weigh these bikes. I just have those little luggage scales. So yeah, it's really nice, and I'm really excited to get this out, test it out on the trails. But I'm also really sad because it's raining and I can't do anything. So overall, first impressions of the bike, I did ride it around the neighborhood last night, just a couple of laps around the block, and it was really different feeling. So this is the first time I've been on a full suspension in a really long time down the curve, and it just felt like I was just kind of floating, so it was really nice. Give a little bit of a preview of the hub sound. Sounds pretty sweet. What else? Put my race face grips on here. I've got to kind of tweak the cockpit a little bit more still, but so far, first impressions, really good. I really like this bike, and I think this is going to be my permanent bike from here on out. And with that being said, we're going to be getting rid of the Axum. This bike is going to be listed for sale. I'm not going to be shipping this bike. I will be selling this locally. So if you're local to Austin, or you're willing to drive to Austin and you're interested in getting an Axum, it is going to be for sale. I'm not sure what I'm going to price this at yet. I'm not trying to get rich off of it, but at the same time, I don't want to lose too much money on it. The only thing that will need to be done to it is it'll be needing to add a dropper post. So here's the seat that came, or the seat post. This is the Axum seat. The seat post that came with the new bike, and you can see that's as far down as it goes in the Axum, and that's pretty similar to how it was standing here, like that. So basically, I put the stock tires back on, tubes are in, so it's running a tubed setup right now. It's still taped for tubeless. It's got the Shimano Dior with the clutch, 11 to 46 tooth Sunrace cassette, IXF crankset with the external bottom bracket. This is a medium. It's got a bottle cage, aftermarket seat post clamp, FSA headset, both upper and lower, wake stem, wake bars, these orange grips. I think these are BW, whatever that is. It's got the buckless fork, the zoom brakes, front and rear. So I'm not sure what to price it at yet. I'm not in a rush to sell it, but at the same time, I'm not sure where to start on a price. So let me know what you think would be a fair price for the Axum in its current state, considering it doesn't have the much desired dropper post. I will be keeping that for myself, so that way I don't have to buy another one. This one works. I don't know, maybe that's wrong, but it's whatever. It's my stuff. I'm selling it. If you don't want it, go somewhere else. So that's it for now. I will be hopefully getting out to the trails at some point this week, as long as everything dries out and we don't get a bunch of rain or continue to get a bunch of rain. I'm hoping that this will end today, and then we'll be clear for a while. So thanks for watching. As always, appreciate all the views and comments.